What up? Welcome back to Cool Kid TCG. We have a matchup today of Blue Buggy into Blue Buggy. That's right, we got a mirror going on. We won the dice roll, we're going first. A mirror's not something, I played it a decent amount of times, and it's not something I'm comfortable in, not confident in. I'm going to tap 1 to start off with a cross-scaled searcher, search top 4. We're going to be able to add multiple 10-cost buggies, or a 2K, we'll add the 10-cost buggy, and we'll pass. The idea here going first is I'm trying to get 2 Croc and Mihawks out. He taps 1 for a Galdino searcher. He's searching top 4. I want to get 2 Croc and Mihawks out because he's going second. He can get the 10 Don first, which means he can double Buggy first, which means if I Buggy on 9, he could potentially Buggy that away if I only have 1 Croc and Mihawk out. So that's the idea. We want to double Croc and Mihawk. We're going to tap 1 for a Galdino searcher. We're going to be able to find one of them. We're going to bottom deck another one. So we know there's 2 out there. We have 2 in our hand, I believe. So it's 7 life. He takes, no trigger. And then we're going to pass. So I think we have the 2 Croc, 2... well, actually, we only have 1. We have 2 10-cost buggies. So yeah, the idea here is Croc and Mihawk into Alvita next turn. We're going to take... and then he's going to tap 4 for Alvita of his own. He draws 3, trashes 2. And so while he's thinking that through, our plan for next turn is we're going to Croc and Mihawk into Alvita. And yeah, that's the plan we're going to go for. We don't have 4-cost Buggy or Mihawk. Those are pretty good for this particular thing because I don't want to get my hand size too large just in case he decides to putting us. We're going to swing a 5 life at him. He takes, no trigger. Now we're going to lead our ability. We're going to pitch 1 Alvita. We have 2. We're going to play the Croc and Mihawk, draw 2, trash 1. We do have a Buggy, but we don't have a Mihawk we can do, so we'll pitch that Buggy into an Alvita, draw 3, trash 2. Gonna hold on to this Grav Blade. The reason being, I'm gonna pitch a Sables. I'm probably pitch a 2K. The reason being is if he doesn't Croc and Mihawk immediately, I could potentially do a devastating play where, for example, if he promo Buggies Mihawks, I could get rid of that Alvita and the Mihawk here. So that's why I held on to it. Let's just wait 1 turn on the Gravity Blade. If he gets a Croc and Mihawk out, we'll know to pitch it. He swings 5 life. We'll take. No, it's a Sables trigger, so lucky trigger. We get to bounce the Alvita back to his hand. Now probably never going to use the Gravity Blade. But I'm telling you, it goes back to his hand. He put it in his trash. And then he's thinking it through. I believe he has 6 Standing Dawn. He's going to tab 1 to search with a Galdino, and what I'm expecting next is a Croc and Mihawk into something, whether that be an Alvita, a blocker, could potentially be a promo Buggy into Mihawk, something along those lines. I'm expecting him to establish 2 bodies. He's thinking to search through. And he's going to he starts to pitch the cards, and I remind him that the Galdino, like the search, you get to the bottom, so he's gonna bottom deck 2 immediately. He's still thinking on the last 2, and then he's gonna bottom deck that one. He's gonna add a cross-scaled searcher to hand, so now he has 5 Standing Dawn. He's going to sneaking it through. But yeah, I'm expecting a Croc and Mihawk. He's going to tap 4, so this is interesting, and it's a pudding. So this could be potentially pretty devastating here. We did manage to get 1 Croc and Mihawk out. Our hand size was pretty big, and we already took 2 life. The good thing about it is that he currently has 0 bodies on board towards meeting his goal of being able to establish Buggies. And we draw into a relatively good hand, not a lot of counter, but we do have a promo Buggy and a Mihawk, and we do have a 10 cost. We did draw back the Gravity Blade, but I'm not going to Gravity Blade, probably just going to pitch it. And he's going to search with the cross-scaled searcher and add an Alvita off of this. So we go to our 7 Dawn turn, and the idea here is I'm probably just going to swing a 5 at life, see what he does, and then I'm going to promo Buggy in the Mihawk. I want to keep my hands, I just got my hand size nuked, so I want to keep it like relatively high. If I can save pitching a card. And another thing is I'm not going to swing my board. I'm not going to give him any reason to swing into my give him anything. If he wants to swing to me, he's going to have to swing life. And plus, he gives his counter, by the way, gives his Alvita. Now that we've played the promo Buggy into Mihawk, the one swing, like the really swingable body is the pudding, and he can't swing that. So really, he's only going to swing a leader at us this next potential turn. We still have the gravity. I was saying I was going to pitch that next. I pitched the Promo Buggy. I don't need a second one. Promo Buggy is not particularly good in this matchup because they don't really run force costs. The only one they run is Pudding. So this is probably the best case scenario for having the Promo Buggy out. But that's one I'll definitely be able to play over as the game goes on. Here he goes for leader ability. He Croc and Mihawks. Now the Gravity Blade's worthless in our hand. So we'll use that next turn to pitch to establish a 10-cost Buggy. And he's thinking on what to play off of this. He plays down an Alvida, draw 3, trash 2. He still has, I believe, 3 Standing Dawn. We have our Mihawk blocker, so if he swings anything less than, if he swings like a 6 or a 5, we'll definitely block for free. If he swings a 5 life, this is the only real body he can swing, so we'll block. He goes to put the 3 Dawn on Pudding. I said Pudding can't attack. He's like, that's absolutely right. He goes and swings a 5er at us with the Galdino, and we'll give him a 1k Buggy. And then he passes back to us. We can kill that Galdino, not that it really matters with our Galdino, so we'll swing into the Galdino. We're on 9 Dawn here, and the idea here is we can swing, I think, 7-7 with lead and Alvida, and then play the Buggy. We're not going to be able to bottom deck anything, but we can make him pitch a card. So let's swing the 7 first. He takes, no trigger. Now let's swing 7 life. He gives us 2 2Ks. And now we're going to leader ability, pitch the Grab Blade. Let's establish the big Buggy. Attempt to bottom deck the Croc and Mihawk, but you can just pitch a card to save it. Which he pitches another 2K. And then we'll pass it back to him. We are potentially in danger of getting buggied here. He could Croc and Mihawk again into something. Or with all 10 Dawn, he could play, for example, a Croc and Mihawk into like an Alvida, and then use the other 5 Dawn for a Buggy. But he's not going to be able to bottom anything. There's no way for him to double Buggy this turn, so he can't get rid of our Buggy. So yeah, next turn we're set up to put a ton of pressure on him. The only thing on our board that he can swing into is the Alvida, which he'll swing a 5 into. We'll absolutely take that. And I'm reminding him he should be at all 10 Dawn. He had 2 over to the side. But yeah, we'll be at 10 Dawn next turn. We don't have a 10-cost Buggy in hand, so we kind of just going to put a ton of pressure on. He swings the Croc and Mihawk. He swings 10 life. We get a cross-field Searcher trigger. We can really only add we can add an Alvida, but we're going to add a Galdino, go looking for maybe potentially another 10 cost. And he just has the Alvida. Actually, the Alvida can't attack right now because of Promo Buggy. It's still at 4 cost. So he tapped, but he can't attack now because he plays the Mihawk for 6, draw 2, trash 1. And then he passes. Oh, he still has 2 Dawn. He leader effective to play the Mihawk. Now he's going to swing 7. We'll block with the Mihawk, give a 1K. And he passes. We draw into a 10-cost Buggy, so that's pretty cool. We can make him pitch a card. His hand size isn't huge. We also, because his cards are sideways, we can swing into them. Like I could try to bully him and I could try to end and go for the game, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to add another 10-cost Buggy here, I believe. I could add a Croc and Mihawk. I'm just thinking it through. I'm going to add the 10-cost Buggy simply because. Yeah, I think I'm at the point where I'm not in danger of being buggied. So I'm going to swing 12 into the 7. Let's see what he does. He's either going to let it die, or he's going to give us the Mihawk blocker. Either scenario, I'm very okay with. If he lets it die, I'm immediately playing a Buggy and bottom decking the Mihawk. But he does the smart decision and gives the Mihawk blocker. So now it's just a matter of how we want to go about attacking him. I think he has like 4 cards in hand. And I'm going to save 5 probably to play a 10-cost Buggy. So let's do that now. We'll pitch the Mihawk. Let's make him use a card. And he gives us a 2K, so that's good. We're whittling down his hand size. And now it's just a matter of how I want to go about trying to kill that Croc and Mihawk. I'm going to swing 5 into the Alvida. Make him see, like either make it die, or make him use another card out of hand that'll make it easier to kill the Croc and Mihawk. And he lets it die. So now it's a matter of, do I want to swing 11 into 7? I think he has 3 cards in hand. It would take his entire hand to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to swing the Croc and Mihawk, and I'm going to keep the Mihawk standing as a blocker to be able to counter out of any swings he has into it. I'm assuming it's going to die. And then if he goes to swing his leader into it, I'm just going to give the Mihawk blocker. So he lets it die, and then we pass it back to him. So now again, he has 0 bodies on board, ready for 10 cost Buggy. So we're feeling good about that. We have 2 12 costs, and he has 2 life, so we can definitely just really put a ton of pressure next turn. He's going to leader ability to play a Mihawk. Draw 2, trash 1. Now, I think he's like at 3 cards in hand. He has 5 Standing Dawn. We only have 2 cards in hand, though, so not a lot. But yeah, we also have the 10 cost Buggy in hand, and he has no Croc and Mihawk anymore, so we could just bottom deck that Mihawk if we wanted, while establishing a huge body. He swings a 5 life at us, and I could just block with the Mihawk, which I will. The only other swingable body he has is the Galdino, and if he wants to swing 7, he can do that. And that looks like what he wants to do. He's going to swing 7 into the Mihawk, and we'll give him a 2K. I think he's swinging to the Croc and Mihawk. But now it's just a matter, if he has that 1 blocker, he has 2 life. He doesn't have a ton of cards in hand. I think he's like 2 cards in hand. So it's just, how do we want to go about doing this? We could, again, bottom deck the Buggy, or excuse me, the Mihawk. That might be overkill. And it's also, do we want to use our entire hand? Do we just want to cast it with 10 Dawn? We're just going to cast the 10 Dawn, play over the promo Buggy, bottom deck the Mihawk while establishing a big body. And then now, again, 2 cards in hand. We're going to start off with a 5 life. He takes, no trigger. And at this point, I think we have it mapped, because he's swinging double 12s at him. And even then, we can swing 7s. He takes, no trigger, and then we swing another. Oh, it's a cross-code searcher. He's going to search top 4. And he's going to add, looks like a 1K Buggy. And then we'll swing another 12 life at him. And we got it. So this was a very interesting matchup to me. He putting at the right time, and it was pretty devastating. We also didn't get the second Croc and Mihawk out, which I would really want against the double 10 cost Buggy. But we were fortunate that him playing the pudding also sets him back a turn. He's playing a body that's not counting towards his ultimate goal. So that kind of, I guess, helps us a little bit. And then another thing was, we were fortunate that he turned those Croc and Mihawk and Alvita sideways, and we're able to swing into them. I think, keeping those standing is like we did, is kind of like what you got to do. So that way you can like swing the 10 costs and keep your hand size big. So I guess we're just a little bit fortunate in that regard. But yeah. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Let me know in the comments if you're going to do differently. Really appreciate you guys. See you next time.